Good afternoon. My name is Martin Harker. What is your full name, please?
My name is Jean Thibault.
And what should I call you?
You can call me Jean.
Where are you from?
I'm from Paris, France.
Can I see your identification, please?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. That's fine. In this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about your home. What kind of home do you live in?
I live in a house. It's a small house on a hill, and I live there with my parents. It has 2 bedrooms and a good-sized garden.
Do you like your home?
Yes, of course. It's pretty. But then I haven't ever lived anywhere else. What I really like about it is that we can sit outside in the summer and watch the sunset over the hill. It's my favorite time of the day, you see. The house is situated just outside Paris, so although it's a bit like living in the country, it's still easy to commute to the center of Paris.
Do you have many visitors to your home?
Not really, no. Generally, it's just my family and other relatives come over at the weekend, and then there's just the postman in the mornings. We're a quite close family and we enjoy each other's company, so we don't really need other visitors. I think this is a strength, because we actually enjoy being together, so we spend a lot of time together.
Now let's talk about fruit. Do you eat fruit every day?
Yes, I think it's important too. We all need a good daily supply of vitamins, so eating plenty of fruits is important. I tend not to worry too much about the price when I buy it, because quality is more important.
What's your favourite fruit?
I like strawberries on my cereal in the mornings, or bananas with peanut butter on toast. I also like apples in the winter, but then they're not fresh apples, they are compote, cooked apple. Sorry, I don't know the word in English. I also enjoy oranges all year long because they're rich in vitamin D.
Do you eat more fruit now than when you were younger?
I think I eat more fruit now because I know the importance of it for my health. When I was younger, I hated all kinds of fruit and my mom forced me to eat. Sometimes I couldn't leave the table until I had finished everything up. Because I hated fruit so much, I would hide it under a cushion. These days, I can't get enough.
What fruits are most popular in your country?
Apples are very popular. They grow them in the north of the country. Berries are quite popular, and, of course, oranges. Grapes, of course, are very popular. The grapes are mainly grown in the southern part of the country, where it is warmer.
Let's talk about geography now. At what age did you start learning geography?
I think I was 11 when I started secondary school. As you know, we study for the baccalaureate in my country, so we start off with a range of about 8 core subjects, and geography is one of them.
Did you like studying geography?
Yes, I liked studying geography because I like learning about the different places in the world. I find it interesting to learn about different cultures and people that live all over the planet. What I also liked doing was the flag game. Seeing who could be the fastest to say which country it is when you are shown their flag.
Did you learn about geography by going outside in nature?
Yes. We could go on trips with the school and things like that, and we could see and understand how various rock formations were developed. I can understand why some students really enjoyed this experience, because it's so physical and tangible.
Do you think it's important for children to learn about geography at school?
Yeah, definitely, because I understand now how things have developed over time, and also what exists outside the area you live in. So, I think it's really important for children to learn about geography at school. If they don't learn about it at school, where are they going to learn about it? I've read somewhere that after university, geography offers the most widely transferable skills to other subjects, so that if you study geography, you're well equipped for many jobs.
Thank you. Now, I'll give you a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say, and you can make notes if you want to. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Here's your pencil and paper for making notes, and here's the topic. I want you to describe a day you enjoyed. You have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time is finished. Can you start now, please?
Now, a day that I really enjoyed was 2 years ago, when it was my birthday. It was my 18th, and my birthday was on a Saturday, so we had a big party in my parents' garden. I remember getting up in the morning and having a big breakfast with my family, which lasted for quite a long time. Then I opened some presents, and my parents gave me a watch, which I really love. I still wear it every day. Then we spent some time preparing for the party. My dad got lots of food ready, and we decorated the garden with lights and moved a table and chairs outside. Some of my family came over in the afternoon, so my grandparents and some cousins who live really far away. And I didn't know they were coming. That was a great surprise. Anyway, we all sat in the garden chatting, and I remember talking about school a lot, as I'd just won a physics prize and I'd been doing really well with my schoolwork. It was a sunny, warm day, and later in the evening some really good friends came over. We had a barbecue, and one of my friends brought a guitar, so she played and we all sang songs together. It was really good fun. I really enjoyed it because it was so good to spend time together with my best friends and my family, especially the relatives I don't see very often. My friends hadn't met my parents before, and I was a bit nervous beforehand, as some of my friends can be quite loud. But it turned out that everybody got on really well together. It was good to see people from different parts of my life coming together and having a good time.
Thank you. Would you like to have a day like this again?
Yes, I would. You know, days like this are so special, and it's not the kind of thing that happens every year on my birthday. That's what makes it special, I guess.
Thank you. Can I have the booklet and the paper and pencil back, please?
Yes.
Thank you. You've been talking about a day you enjoyed, and I'd like to talk about some more general things related to this. Let's consider, first of all, what's a good place to go for a day out in your country?
Well, different people like different things. For some, a day out is a trip to the beach to go swimming or sunbathing. For others, it might be a journey into the countryside to go walking. Some of my friends think that a good day out is not going too far. For example, meeting friends in the park, then going to the shopping center to look at the latest electronic games or gadgets. Sometimes we meet and go for a coffee together, or if we have the money, even go to the cinema.
Some people say we need good weather for a fun day out. Do you agree or disagree?
I think it depends on what sort of climate you are used to. If you live in a sunny climate, you may go out in the sun and go to the beach. A lot of young people enjoy that. A lot of people play sport outside, so for them, good weather might be better. And from my point of view, if I'm going to spend the day outside, it's definitely more enjoyable if it's not pouring with rain. But there are plenty of things we can do indoors too. There are museums and art galleries we can explore, going to the cinema, like I said, going bowling or ice skating and so on. These things aren't dependent on the weather.
Do we always have to go out to have an enjoyable day?
No, I don't think so. You can do a lot in your house. For example, yesterday I was doing some painting and drawing at home, which was good fun. If you find something you enjoy doing, like cooking or arts and crafts, that can be quite a good way to spend your time in trying out something new. Also, if you come from a country in the northern part of the world, then it is rainier and a fun day may be staying at home.
Thank you. Let's move on to talking about work and relaxation now. Do you think people should work less than 5 days a week?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I think it's beneficial to work less than 5 days a week once in a while, because having just 2 days off doesn't always give you enough time to reset your batteries and relax and be ready for your next working week. But then also it's a question about whether you can get all the work done that you need to do in a shorter work week. I think there needs to be a balance of some sort. Or maybe we could do a 4-day week once in a while.
Do you think there are enough public holidays every year in your country?
Well, we are lucky in France because we have a lot of days off. Again, some might say this is too many. Sometimes, say for example in summer, we have so many holidays that we are hardly at school or work. I know in some countries there aren't enough public holidays, so actually we have it good in France.
And some people say we don't have enough time to relax nowadays. Do you agree or disagree?
Let me think about it for a moment. I think it depends on the kind of work that you're doing. I know that people think that students have too much time and that they don't use their time wisely. If you have nothing to do, then it leads to boredom very rapidly. I think for working people, it's different. I always see my father running around with no time to do anything else but work. But then that might be his personality. I think with some people, as they get older, work becomes a kind of identity, and they find it difficult to stop. Also, the fact that people have work emails on their phones, which means they're always getting new messages and thinking about work, that makes it hard to relax properly.
Thank you very much. That's the end of the speaking test.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, let's take a closer look at how Jean did and provide some helpful feedback. Fluency and coherence are key in the speaking test. It's important to speak smoothly without unnecessary pauses and to organize your thoughts logically. Jean's performance in fluency and coherence was excellent, with a smooth flow of speech. He described his 18th birthday celebration, but could have benefited from using transition phrases like moving on to or later in the day to enhance coherence. In part 3, he effectively used phrases such as, "That's an interesting question," and "Let me think about that," to give himself more time to think of an answer. This is a good way of maintaining fluency. Lexical Resource assesses your vocabulary range and accuracy. Using varied vocabulary improves your speech and keeps the listener engaged. Jean expressed himself clearly with a variety of topic-specific collocations or word groups and relevant idioms such as reset your batteries and once in a while, including idioms such as the icing on the cake, cherry on top, and had the time of my life could have further improved his vocabulary. Grammatical range and accuracy evaluates your ability to use a variety of grammatical structures correctly. Jean excelled in using specific verb tenses like the past simple, I remember, and past perfect, I had been doing well. They also used good articles, a big breakfast, and phrasal verbs, it turned out. Jean could have further enhanced his speech by incorporating phrasal verbs like look forward to or get along with. Lastly, pronunciation evaluates your ability to produce sounds accurately. Clear pronunciation ensures your message is easily understood. Jean spoke clearly and with good enunciation. However, they could improve by reducing pauses and speaking a bit faster. For instance, Jean dropped the T sound at the end of it in wear it when talking about his watch, which could have been improved for clearer pronunciation. In summary, Jean delivered a strong performance, earning an overall score of 7.5. By incorporating transition phrases, expanding vocabulary with idiomatic expressions, and working on pronunciation and pace, Jean can further excel in the IELTS speaking exam.
Now you can try answering these questions for yourself.
Good afternoon. My name is Martin Harker. What is your full name, please? And what should I call you? Where are you from? Can I see your identification, please? Thank you. That's fine. In this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about your home. What kind of home do you live in? Do you like your home? Do you have many visitors to your home? Now let's talk about fruit. Do you eat fruit every day? What's your favourite fruit? Do you eat more fruit now than when you were younger? What fruits are most popular in your country? Let's talk about geography now. At what age did you start learning geography? Did you like studying geography? Did you learn about geography by going outside in nature? Do you think it's important for children to learn about geography at school? Thank you. Now, I'll give you a topic and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say, and you can make notes if you want to. Do you understand? here's your pencil and paper for making notes. And here's the topic. I want you to describe a day you enjoyed. You have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time is finished. Can you start now, please? Thank you. Would you like to have a day like this again? Thank you. Can I have the booklet and the paper and pencil back, please? Thank you. You've been talking about a day you enjoyed, and I'd like to talk about some more general things related to this. Let's consider first of all, what's a good place to go for a day out in your country? Some people say we need good weather for a fun day out. Do you agree or disagree? Do we always have to go out to have an enjoyable day? Thank you. Let's move on to talking about work and relaxation now. Do you think people should work less than 5 days a week? Do you think there are enough public holidays every year in your country? And some people say we don't have enough time to relax nowadays. Do you agree or disagree? Thank you very much. That's the end of the speaking test.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe for more tips on the IELTS speaking test. See you next time.